influencers, are they good or bad for the community, for the industry? Because I'm hearing both sides. I'm definitely starting to hear a lot of, like, from the haters. You're starting to hear little whispers in the community, and people are getting angry and saying, like, yo, all these influencers, we're bringing so many new people into here, you're saturating the business. And what I mean. So I wanted to hear what's everybody's thoughts, and also in the chat want to hear your guys' thoughts too, because us being all influencers mostly on here, I'm sure we're all going to be on the side of the influencer. But I want to hear in the chat, yo, are we completely off? Are we wrong here? Influence suck? What's your thoughts? Who
Let me
wants to
jump in
take
real
that,
quick.
guys? Perfect.
Here's what my thoughts. If you are focusing and worried about the influencers, that means you have one eye off your business and one eye on your business. And if you have one eye off your business in anything, whether it's focusing on influencers, competition, whatever, your business is going to struggle. And you're going to feel that it's slow because you're not focusing 100% on your business. Who cares about the influencers? No offense, right? Who cares about the competition? Keep both of your eyes on your business and move forward, and you won't have anything to worry about.
Perfect. Well said.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier to blame other people than yourself. I mean, really, if you want to stay busy, it's all about the hustle. How good of a hustle do you have? And I never would have started the trash business if I didn't watch Tim Doss back in the day. And I took little gold nuggets from his videos and stuff. And I mean, it just helped me get ahead a little bit. So I see nothing wrong with it. Like Abel said, focus on yourself. Don't worry about anyone else but your own business.
So many people especially couples, have started this business because they came across our YouTube channel, and they contact us and they say, man, you changed my life. And if we're going to influence somebody to take charge of their life and start their own business, and if that's what we're influencing you to do, then I'm all for it.
What's Matt's thought? Matt Fitch.
Man, mindset is everything. Like, we're talking about influencers, but I didn't get to chime in about the expo. Like, it doesn't matter, if you got one eye on your business, one eye off your business. Like, it's your mindset. You can go to the Junk Expo and you can write down everybody's superpower, and you can go home and you can implement everybody's superpower and still fail if you don't have the right mindset. So, like, the best thing that we're going to be able to get out of going to the Junk Expo is 300 or 400 or 500 people chipping in your ear, and that networking. That really is the superpower that for me that I would probably get the most out of if I was a new junk hauler, is going and being able to talk to people with a decade of experience, people doing millions of dollars. The inspiration and the motivation and the mindset, that's what's going to separate us from our competition. So, whether you go and you pluck one nugget and you take, one superpower home with you, or all of them, it's really, your ability to overcome the obstacles, because, we're all going to go up and down. There's going to be some struggles, and our ability to overcome the adversities and go into it with a growth mindset, knowing that we're going to come out of it stronger. I think we pass our peers during adversity. Like, whoever gets out of adversity faster is the one that's gonna win. Because when it's easy, we're all just kind of coasting along. It's cake. But when it gets hard, the weak ones fall off. The guys that don't know how to quit keep going, and that's the separation. So,
I'd like to comment on that statement, because I definitely agree with that. And as far as with the superpowers, what I like to do is I like to see everybody's superpower, and I like to see which one makes me feel the most uncomfortable. Which one is just the most foreign to me? And I'm going to give you guys an example right now that you guys could understand. And that would be the junk industry, would be Andrew Thompson. I seen everybody's ways and methods, and I was like, all right, each one of them, I see that I did in some sort of business, and I understood it. When I seen Andrew's, it was like a foreign language. It was like that tech geeky stuff that I never knew, and I never thought I would know anything with computers, and I would always just be like, all right, that's where I'm hiring somebody. Well, it pushed me to start learning, and I just started like binge watching and listening to Andrew and bringing him on the channel, and now it's starting to make sense. And out of all of them, it's the one I'm most comfortable with right now. So that's one of the examples of what I do with the superpowers, because it does get overwhelming when you're trying to look at, you know, all 12 different people and you're trying to figure out each game at one time. I like to focus on like one or two of them, and the first one or two of them is the one that I'm most furthest different from. And those where I start. And I've always found that way. And that's like at the gym. When I would go into the gym, I'd always find the things that I hate doing, and I'd make them my exercises to do first. After a month or two of doing it that way, they'd come my favorite exercises. So my weaknesses would come my strengths. So that's just about like how I would go about with the expo. And kind of just to go on what Matt just said, I totally agree with that.
That's awesome, Paul.
Kevin, I want to hear from you, brother. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Matt.
You're good.
Hey, listen, you know, when you're talking about influencers, I mean, think about it. It's the word influence, and that's what we like to do. People who influence give value. They're not just doing it for likes or views or whatever. They're actually trying to influence you and to help you learn and to give you value. John Maxwell, the king, absolute king of leadership, if you've read any of his books, he says that leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And that's what it is. A lot of these influencers are leaders, and they're trying to add value to the community and to this industry. And, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, they're out there trying to be significant and trying to be a leader in their own way. It doesn't necessarily have to be their own team, but the entire industry. So, you know, it's not just about, you know, a TikToker or anything like this. These are people that are actually trying to give value to the community.
But what do you guys feel as being saturated? Like, do you believe it's because of the influencers are making it saturated?
No.
Saturation is an excuse.
Check this out. The same people that say that our industry is saturated from the podcasts and the influencers, they can leave junk removal, go start a roofing business. They'll find something to cry about over there, someone to blame over there. There's people crushing it in junk removal. It's an infant industry that just started like 20 years ago. People have been painting houses for hundreds of years. People have been friggin' pounding metal. Like it's a new industry. Like it's not saturated at all. 40% of the market doesn't even know we exist. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just an excuse. I think.